Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the studio. All is well. Had the red eye out of San Francisco last night and rolled it back into Pennsylvania early this morning, and all is well. So glad to be back here in the land of technology, Nevada. Great time. Jeffrey Burnett says, positive signs Sweden and Finland are coming into NATO. St. Petersburg was founded and built by Swedes in 1611. That is correct. I'm going to be talking about that tonight, but I'm just happy. Had a great time in Nevada. Was there ministering in 3 churches in 3 cities and doing some different things there in Reno, Carson City, and Yerington, Nevada. But very, very thankful to be back home here in beautiful Western Pennsylvania. Much cooler, and I'm happy. There you are, Benjamin Waldrum. Good evening, PG and everyone. In fact, Ben Waldrum, this message is for you. That's Pastor Ben Waldrum there from the Well in Carson City, Nevada. You remember that battery piece of equipment that we grabbed from the front of your church and you took it to the back, to the pile that's going to be given away? Do not give that away. Stephen Haywood told me I need one of those, so I'm going to talk to you. Text me or do something and ship that joker out here to Pennsylvania. Malcolm Bills, good morning to you there in Great Britain. Got a good thing tonight on Great Britain. Shirley Phelps, Washington State. God bless you. All of you guys, I see you there. Chuck Pinkham, as always, faithful. Roe Gammon, checking in Virginia. Jeff Burnett, taking care of all of the Margaret Harris, Kathy Harris. I got you. Bam. Ralph Foster checking in from Philippines. Folks, you just, Malcolm Bills, as always, I love your name. Carolyn Cadman, listen, Amy Routerbush, I'm glad to be back. But Nevada was awesome. Wonderful, wonderful place. One of my favorite places in the earth to visit is Nevada to visit. But it was great, and I look forward to being back again soon. So welcome to you all. Tonight is an awesome, awesome night full of information. If you saw the advertisement on Facebook or YouTube, yes, Zhenya getting ready to roll out to the east, and I have And do listen to the veterans up in here. Early on in our days, we would kind of give away too much information, but not tonight. Kim Porter there in North Carolina, God bless you. I can tell you he's heading deep into the East. And we will talk about that more later, especially when it's over. But humanitarian aid, military aid, medical aid, all of it heading east. In fact, we've got 2 shipments en route right now. And once again, thank you all for your support, not only with your finances, but with prayer, with just being here, sharing the love, and showing that we are one. And for sure, we are one. So, going to be a very, very full night. Ricochet there. Oops. OPSEC. Going to be a full night. You guys get ready. We're going to jump right to it. And I want to bring my man in here. He's something else. Here we go. Good morning there, buddy. How you doing?
Good evening. I'm doing great.
Here's what I want to say, and we're getting ready to roll. But how about that? I am back. I'm back in the studio. Took the red eye out of San Francisco last night. I am back in the great state of Pennsylvania. Got all the bells and whistles, got the sound good. Everything's golden. Now I get back here and come to find out, and we will not, we're going to go quick tonight because you are getting ready to roll out. We'll go here. And that's all we're going to say. We're heading out east in a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And once it's done, then we'll talk about it. But this is day 126. Here we are at 9 o'clock. California. Man, I'm so messed up. 9 o'clock, Pennsylvania, 4 a.m. in Ukraine, and 6 p.m. out there in the West, California, Nevada. Thank you, everyone, for being here. But yes, Zhenya getting ready to leave. In fact, you guys were packing up a little bit just a few minutes ago, and one of our packers.
Especially for you. Okay, давай.
Да вот мы зараз поїдемо. Надо все взять или чуть-чуть?
Рома, что ты сделал? Расскажи Грегу.
What are you doing? Tell Greg.
Я закрывал ворота и развернулся и поньк, тачдаун.
He was trying to close the gates, and then he met my car.
Well, that's what's happened when you're loading in the middle of the night, and the map will speak for itself. But we're loaded up and getting ready to head out east. And of course, I'll be talking to you more about that tomorrow. And we'll just take it the next 23 hours and see what's up for everybody. But you guys remember Zhenya and the team in prayer. They are heading out here pretty much after the stream and heading east. We'll leave it at that. Joint statement coming today, and we're going to talk a little bit about this for a few moments. And this is United States. Let's see what it was. What it is. France, Ireland, Norway, UK, US, and Albania and Ukraine reiterating the statement for independence, sovereignty, and territorial integrity of Ukraine within its internationally recognized borders, immediately released yesterday. Once again, the same things. They're nice to see, and we appreciate them, but we need action. We're going to talk about that in a moment. The action. You okay?
Hello?
I see you. Why are you freezing on me?
Yeah.
There you are. So we're thankful for that, but we need the action to go along with it. And maybe some of the changes today will help that.
some of the changes.
You know what I think? I think your new Wi-Fi stinks. Something's wrong with it. I thought it was my setup in Nevada, but I think it's your setup.
Okay.
Is it better now?
Give me a second.
I mean, you are in a war zone, so we can't expect with so much. It's good. Let's go with it. So we're thankful to all these statements. But, you know, we need the action. And there were some things that happened today in regard to that. And we'll talk about that right away pretty quickly. But before we go there, Zhenya, I want to go back to the missile strikes in Kremenchuk right here. Lavrov, Russia, all coming out and basically saying that they were striking at a military target.
Yes, it's like if you can track all their versions, they were admitting from the beginning. The story looks like, no, we didn't hit the shopping mall. It wasn't us. Then, we were shooting, but not the shopping mall. We hit it, shopping mall, but not straight. It was, yes, we hit it shopping mall, but it was empty.
Yes.
No, it was.
We hit another place and fire jumped over there.
Shopping mall because it has a lot of missiles from United States, and in the end it was empty at all. And yes, there were a hit, but all of this is fake.
Well, let's look at it this way. Here is satellite interface, and we know they struck the mall. All they're doing is lying and covering. Basically, we didn't hit it, or it was a military target, or another building caught on fire that was our target, and the fire jumped over to that building. All these stories, all lies, because we're getting ready to prove it. Here is satellite imagery. I've got the arrow drawn in to a video we're getting ready to show you. You will see a like yellow gold top of the building. That is that back right corner of this shopping mall. The video is security footage from the yellow marker at the very top, looking across that storage area. You see the cruise missile come in, strike the shopping center, and everybody's going, well, I see trees and I see, it looks like some type of other type of building. Well, you have to understand, you're looking at the back of the shopping center. So here is the aerial view. That's the back corner you're going to see with the gold. And then the blue circle I have there for you is the parking lot of the shopping center. So here you go. This is the strike. Russia, you cannot lie about this. Now, we'll slow it down for you. There's the gold part. That's the mall. There's the trees. That's all of the infrastructure you're seeing there on the overhead. In fact, I'll back it up for us here. The power of the studio is back. It's right there on the mall. No question, 100%. And they can refute all they want, but we're here to tell you the truth each night. And the truth is, they're striking shopping malls. So, Zhenya, I have a question for you. Okay? If this was, not a shopping mall, if this was a target or everything that they're saying is true, then I have a couple of questions for you. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Number one, explain that. Did the fire jump over there also? Just a question. And I put this together real quickly. You sent me these photos just a couple of minutes ago. Mm-hmm. Did it just jump over there on that shopping mall? And you can what's that? Vostok, Kharkiv.
Yeah.
This is Kharkiv. Retroville in Kiev.
Yeah, first one.
Yeah, that was the first mall struck.
Nikolsky.
Yep, Kharkiv. That was that brand new mall. Yeah, that was a military place. Riviera in Odessa.
Riviera.
Of course, that's a military target. And then we have that's the
Kremenchuk.
Yep, that's the one we just showed you the strike on. Port City,
Mariupol.
Epicenter,
Bucha.
So, Zhenya, we know the truth, and that's what we're here to do each night, is to share the truth. And it's residential targets, it's shopping areas, and it's terror. Now, with that said, let's go here, because I know you've got to get on the road here. NATO today, welcome with an invitation, Finland and Sweden.
Yes.
We've been pounding Turkey for a couple of weeks.
Okay.
But Turkey came out today and agreed. So thank you, Turkey.
Putin started this special operation with the comments. This is the way we need to do to not to have NATO as close, for example, as at Kharkiv. So at this moment they made it that that the missile can hit St. Petersburg in 1 minute now.
Correct. From Finland. It's what they were trying to do. They did the opposite. In fact, I knew you would say something like that, so I went ahead and prepped this. Folks, here's a map that you usually do not look at. This is the Barents Sea, the Greenland Sea. This is the Norwegian Sea. This is way up there north, getting toward the Arctic. The green line, there's two things I want to show here. That was the NATO border, because Norway, founding member of NATO. Now, the pink is the border that is now increased, and right at the bottom of the image, you see the little green line there. That was Estonia. So what has happened is now, you're right, look how close the border at the bottom of Finland, and I know the city's not there, but I will be there in August. Helsinki is right there. Capital, big city. I mean, a minute from St. Petersburg. Over on the right, that is I have a naval person there. That is the northern fleet for Russia. And then I put the little warning signs there, because today, and we need to give Norway a cheer. Norway said, any sanctioned materials coming through our checkpoints on the sea trying to get to Russia, we will block. So, just hear this. First of all, today, we disproved the Kremenchuk lies. Number two, Turkey agreed, and now Finland and Sweden are in NATO, the official invitation, and Norway has joined Lithuania to start blocking sanctioned materials. I would say, I don't know about you, pretty bad day for Russia today.
Yes. And I think the world needs to continue. I mean, even faster.
Yes, this is the chance. In fact, I'm going to show something in just a minute. That's what Great Britain stated today, and it wasn't Boris Johnson. Now, why must it continue? Now, we know, and we're not going to give details. We'll give the details once you're back, but you're here, you're going this way. Okay. And we've got humanitarian aid, we've got military, and we've got special things that the team is doing. We'll update once it's over. And for all of the veterans in here that you guys get mad at me because sometimes we tell too much Virginia's at, we're listening to you. So this is the way we're going, and we'll update after it's over. Now, with that said, Jacob, sue me. More munitions coming in on the border. In fact, I've got a graphic on that. Kharkiv continuing to be struck very intently, and I've got my list here because I got my paper, even though I haven't had any sleep. Here's Mykolaiv being struck, Odessa being struck. The grads are coming in, and then we have, the final stuff happening over here in Lysychansk. And actually, I have a graphic here that shows Lysychansk. And this is very cool, but you can see now Severodonetsk, and I'll zoom in for it, is taken, and we pulled back. That magnifying glass is cool, isn't it? And then, of course, across the river is Lysychansk, and this open gap here is only about 4 miles, so Ukraine is still trying to refortify, and from the south here, Russia is pushing in and trying to come into the backside of Lysychansk. So that's kind of the military strategic update for today. It's been a very interesting day with all of the news unfolding in regard to support of Ukraine. And I think it comes back to what you just said. Now we need to speed up. We need to speed up.
Yeah. No doubts, and I think it's a challenge. At this moment, the world start to understand it's a challenge, not a challenge. It's a threat to the whole civilized world. Yeah. I mean, the normal people, the normal civilization, who believes in a sovereignty, who believes in a country borders, who believes in a peaceful life possible, and who believes that we do not need to try to change past.
It's we're at day 126, and we've followed this every day, even through difficult times. And it's not difficult for me per se. I'm not having missiles dropped on my head. I'm doing my best to be there in September with you. We'll be broadcasting from there together in September. But you're heading right now toward the war zone, and it's brutally difficult, but we've done our best each night to tell the truth. For 126 days, we haven't missed a day. Even if it's been a challenge, we're not going to miss a day, because this is what we've been screaming the whole time. And hopefully the world is starting to recognize negotiations are not going to work. Putin is a terrorist. Russia is a terrorist nation with the activities they are doing, not only in Ukraine, but in other places of the world. And the only way to stop it is to defeat it. That's it.
Yes. So, yes, and we need to be careful. I mean, the older people make sure that when they call the war as a war, when they call terrorist as a terrorist, it's important to use proper words when we share it, when we talk about it, to not to be hooked on that kind of game which Putin's team offers, to change and twist the meanings, like special operation, fighting for own interest, protecting our lands in our country, and so on.
Or the same story with trying to explain away the most recent missile attack at the mall in Kremenchuk. This is why tonight you sent me 8 pictures of 8 other malls. It's obvious to the world. Well, maybe not to the world because some of the world is slow to understand. It's obvious to us, and we're sharing with the world. This is their modus operandi. This is how they operate as a terrorist nation. Now, let's take terrorism another step. Right here. This, of course, is a zoom in to Mykolaiv and Kherson.
Mm-hmm.
In the Mykolaiv is under constant bombardment. In fact, residential buildings are being struck and civilians are being killed regularly now.
Mm-hmm.
To the right, Kherson. That is the occupied region, and I want to pay attention to the guy there. His name is Igor Kolokyov. He is the Ukrainian mayor. Now, it's under occupation, but these guys, like even Ivan Fedorov down there in Melitopol, they're still the Ukrainian recognized leader of that city or that area. Russia, of course, doesn't recognize that. They put in their own fake puppet governments, but Ukraine recognizes this gentleman, Igor, as the mayor. Well, unfortunately, more terror. This time not a missile, but Igor was kidnapped. And I've got the quote here from Russia. Due to his opposition to the denazification process, he has been neutralized. I don't know if he's been killed. I don't know if he's in a camp, but I can tell you he's gone. This is the same terrorism. The same terrorism.
They do terror with the proclamation that they are deliverers. They're bringing real freedom. So when in the future or any time when Russians suggest you freedom, you have to understand what does freedom means, and etc. Talking about we offer you good, we're bringing you peace, we offer you good stuff, we are peaceful people, we are friends, all of that you have to remember and filter it. This is what normal rhetorics, which is rhetoric. Like on international level, this is the rhetoric of Russia. We bring peace, we bring freedom, we bring good, we bring civilization, we bring technology, we bring new life, comfort.
Well, let me, and it's exactly what you're saying. But let's just remind folks for maybe 60 seconds tonight, with all of these wonderful things they're bringing. Beautiful port city of Mariupol, gone. Ukrainian citizens are ladling water out of the ground that comes up through the broken infrastructure in the beauty that we have brought. Cities like Severodonetsk, cities like Kremina are gone. They're leveled. Families, we separate fathers who work at a power plant from their children and their wife so that they will be forced to do what we do. People that do not pass filtration go into camps. And, you know, that's 60 seconds. I could, and you could, we could list for an hour of the atrocities that are taking place on Ukrainian soil. That's why we keep telling the truth. Go. Yes.
And when we see, for example, going back to Mariupol, when we see all the stories, all the destroyed buildings, then we have to remember they celebrate victory, not having a days of or not trying to help people the best way. No, they in a hurry to make a parade and a celebration, which has to look as a Soviet Union time, on the bones, on the having on in the neighborhood unburied people, unburied bodies, and it's there. This is the civilization they bring. I mean, yes, sure. I mean, you can think that I'm a propagandist of Ukraine. I mean, okay, check the facts.
Okay, you ready for a fact? You ready for a fact? Right now, today, you could show the pictures. I could show the pictures. They are preparing to open the Mariupol drama theater, the one destroyed. They're going to repair it enough to do a drama. And they are practicing today on the top of dead people that have never been found in the basements where they destroyed it. That's what they do. Because we got to put, you remember what I taught you? We're putting lipstick on a pig. We do this evil stuff and we put a little paint on it and a little bow on it and we sell it as the great thing we're doing, setting our people free. It's finally, hopefully, the world is figuring it out slowly. I'll tell you who is figuring it out. You ready for this one?
Okay.
I got my sound effects back. Great Britain's figuring it out, and this is more than just Boris Johnson. I want to play a clip for you tonight of one of their higher ups in the military saying, we need to pay attention to this, and I'll let him speak for himself.
I believe we're living through a period of history as profound as the one our forebears did 80 years ago. And now, as then, our choices will have a disproportionate effect on the future. This is our 1937 moment. We're not at war, but we must act rapidly so that we aren't drawn into one through a failure to contain territorial expansion.
So there you have it. That is the chief of the general staff saying, listen, we're not literally at war now, but this is like 1937. Of course, the beginning of World War II, when it ended up that Great Britain would be in the war. But he said, this is exactly like 1937. And if we're not careful, we're going to make a mistake here that will cost generations. We have to pay attention and we have to be prepared. Who was that guy? Sir Patrick Sanders, the chief of the General Staff of Great Britain. Personally, I'm glad to hear from someone other than Boris Johnson, other than Liz Truss. Tonight, the top dog in the military saying, it's 1937 all over again. We must be careful. And I can tell you this, additionally, Great Britain has mobilized their military to battle readiness status, meaning whatever they have to do, I don't know. I'm not a military guy in Great Britain, but probably that means everything is packed, all your papers are in order, and everything is ready for the call. And they have been elevated to battle readiness. So it could be happening, bud. It could be that the support's coming that we need. It could be.
Yeah. And I mean, from one side, I'm happy that the world starts to think and to view it and see the other way, the new way, showing and agreed now that there is a threat not just to Ukraine.
Correct.
And I'm happy that's going on and started, but please help us to stop them.
Correct.
For you.
Correct.
help us to stop them for other nations.
You know, I know you're getting ready to leave. I know you're extremely tired, and you guys have been packing and prepping. And here you go now, getting ready to leave and head east. Just know we're with you.
Yeah, no doubts. And this is what, it's not just the words. This is what we know. It's spiritually and it's practically, and with it became, and we have it. It's encouraging, continuous encouraging for us. Every day program, every day short conversation on our program brings us brings the team, when we share that people are standing with us, they fight the way they can, our friends,
it's not going to change, and we're only going to continue. We made this commitment, and it's not just so much to get the news out, which it does feel good on a day when we've been screaming from the mountaintops. And I know they're not listening to us, although they should be, because the war would already be over if they would have listened to you and I. But some of the things we've been talking about that are necessary appear to be happening. So it's good. We do need to finish the job, get the stuff there, because Putler will not stop. But most importantly, you and the team there on the ground, I know that's a lot of times that's why maybe you feel a responsibility to be up in the middle of the night, to say the greetings, to give the updates. So, because there's a lot of money flowing that we're doing to support and all that, and you might feel an obligation. You don't have to feel an obligation. This is just a part of the family, but we appreciate it. Let me tell you that. We appreciate, because I doubt anybody else. I don't know of anybody else that's talking to Ukraine almost every day from inside that has nothing to do with a paid reporter being there from some news company. I don't. So I think we've got something good, and we're building, and it's going to continue. Now, before you head out, I'll let you, you can say some final statement here, but before you head out, how about a piece of good news today? And we've followed this story a long time, starting in day 14. But I would like to report tonight 144 soldiers exchanged today, of which 95 fighters from the Azovstal are back on Ukrainian territory. Most of them in the hospitals being treated and cared for. The ambulance arrived at the buses and has taken them on. I do have some video of it, so maybe tomorrow I'll translate that. It'll put a tear in your eye. These 95 of them are back, and that doesn't minimize 44 plus 5, the other 49 are POWs that have been from other battles, but 95 from Azovstal. We're very thankful.
Yeah, that it was a great news, and yes, 95 from Azovstal. It seems to me 48 of them is from Azov regiment.
From the Azov, yes. It's either 46 or 48 was actually from the Azov, and others from the 36 Marines. Now, with that said, some of the guys that we followed every night, Palomar, Volin, the guy with the eye patch, I can't remember his name, I'm sorry. We do not have an update on those. Of course, those are much more notable soldiers, much more value to Russia for trades and exchanges, but we do have 95 of them back, so very thankful. And I don't want to minimize that. We have 144 back, And that's awesome.
And I want to add a couple small good news.
Please do.
Today,
the floor is yours.
We prepared the shipment, and we've sent a good help for the woman who got and found us through social mess. And this woman in a bad situation, having just a small baby, had no one to talk to ask for help there. And it's in Zaporozhye area, and we've a way to transport like the food sets and all she needed, the diapers, wet wipes, everything for baby soap, a lot of stuff, and it's on the way already. And tomorrow morning, the other shipment goes to Nikolaev area to military guys who one of them being a refugee in our center in the February, and he remembered us when he was mobilized, and their group had some needs. He decided to request for the help from the same place. So we've checked it all, and it's already on the way. I mean, a lot of staff going to that group of our soldiers, and we are happy that we started in a time with you and we didn't stop.
Well, think about this, and everybody knows, but you're here and going this way, but the support that he's talking about, folks, is right here. We're able to help in Mykolaiv, and we're helping in Zaporozhye, and of course, both of those cities are large, and they're both being struck regularly, especially Mykolaiv. Zaporozhye as well, but Mykolaiv is under a major assault. So we're very thankful, for you guys that you have been giving faithfully financially. You have sacrificed your meal a week out with your family and given to this project. Actually, Zhenya, I was in Nevada, of course, with all our streaming, with all the... Hey, it was funny for well, they don't know, but I'm there in Nevada, and we're trying to arrange the time where we're going to record, and I'm having to ask you, what time is it there? And I just never could get my mind wrapped around the time zone change, because you were plus 10 from me once I was out west. But hey, big thanks to everybody, all the churches, all the people. When I was in Nevada, Sunday, a lady came up to me, or Monday, and said, listen, I ordered one of the t-shirts from you guys in Pennsylvania to help with the Ukraine relief. And I wore it, and she works for the state government of Nevada. And she said, when I wore it to the state house or wherever she works there, because Carson City is the capital of Nevada, she goes, so many people, and she was very clear to mention both Republicans and Democrats, came up to me and asked me, where did you get that shirt? She said, well, I'm supporting Ukraine, and I bought it from this guy and this church in Pennsylvania where they're streaming about Ukraine every night. So the people started asking, where's that stream at so I can watch? And can we buy more t-shirts? I want a t-shirt. So we're making all those connections, and who knows, we may have hundreds of t-shirts walking around Nevada supporting Ukraine on both sides of the aisle. So we're very thankful for that. All right. Well, here's the deal.
Thank you.
I know you're heading out.
Need to go.
Be safe.
Thank you.
All right, friends. We're back in the studio, and he's back heading east. Makes it much easier to keep up with him when I'm here. So we'll be on top of it in 23 hours. We'll have the next update from you. And for all of you guys out there always looking out for Zhenya's safety, thank you for that. And we will only update after he's already gone from there. So there you go.
Yeah.
Thank you, my friend. I'll let you say good night, and then I can hit our normal outro. A good night to all.
To all, a good night.
Spokojna.